They say you can choose your friends.
Ego, what are you doing outside?
But God help you if you get stuck with a neighbor like Chinwe.
I lived in a quiet, gated compound in Surulere, and for 3 years, Chinwe was the thorn in my side. She lived in flat 4, right across from me, and she was loud, nosy, and had an opinion on everything from the length of my skirts to the time I returned home from work. Ego, my dear, she would shout across the balcony, her wrapper tied tight around her chest. It is almost 9 p.m. A young woman like you should be indoors, not wandering about like a spirit. I would just roll my eyes and lock my door. I hated her. She represented everything I was trying to escape. That suffocating old school Nigerian anti-mentality that thinks every woman's worth is tied to her husband or her curfew. The tension reached a breaking point last October. Our landlord, a greedy man who lived in the UK, announced he was selling the entire block. Panic set in. We were all given 30 days to pack up. One stormy Tuesday, the drainage system in the compound failed. The heavy Lagos rain turned the yard into a muddy lake. I was rushing out for an emergency meeting, slipped on the flooded stairs, and went down hard. My ankle snapped with a sickening pop. I screamed, clutching my leg, trapped in the rain. Who was the first person out? Chinwe. I expected a lecture on how I was too fast or careless. Instead, she did not say a word. She sprinted down the stairs, scooped me up with a strength I did not know she possessed, and carried me into her own flat. She spent the next 3 days nursing me, massaging my leg with hot water and herbs, cooking me fresh pepper soup, and actually listening to me. As I lay on her sofa, I noticed a locked cabinet in the corner of her living room. It was covered in a thick, dusty cloth. One night, while she was in the kitchen, the wind blew the window open, and a pile of photographs fell from the top of the cabinet. I leaned over to pick them up, and my heart stopped. There were pictures of Chinwe, but she was not a middle-aged bitter woman. She was a stunning, high-fashion model, younger, posing in Paris and London, and standing next to her in every single photo, my own father, the man who had abandoned my mother when I was a child. My head spun. I did not say anything until morning. When she walked in with tea, I held up the photo. "Who is this, Chinwe?" She went pale. She sat down, and for the first time, the annoying neighbor vanished. She told me the truth. She had not been spying on me to be nosy. She had been watching over me because she was my father's first wife, the one he had discarded long before he met my mother. She had been sent by my father, who was now dying, to ensure I was safe, but she could not bring herself to tell me, fearing I would reject her. I felt a cocktail of betrayal and confusion. I was ready to pack my bags and move, feeling like my whole life had been a lie orchestrated by a stranger. But then, the final twist hit. 3 days later, my father's lawyers arrived at the compound. They weren't there to give me a message from him. They were there to serve an eviction notice to Chinwe. My father had not sent her to protect me. He had sent her to manage the property and keep me away from his inheritance, which he had secretly transferred into her name years ago, not mine. The woman I had learned to trust, the woman who had nursed me, had been playing the long game all along. She was not my protector. She was the executor of my father's scheme to disinherit me. She looked at me, tears streaming down her face, and whispered, "I tried to love you, Ego, truly, but I need this money to survive. I have nothing else." I walked out of that apartment on my bad ankle, leaving behind the neighbor I hated, only to realize I was now homeless, betrayed by a woman I had just started to call a friend. That is how life works in Lagos, isn't it? You think you know the people behind the walls, but sometimes the person you hate the most is just a mirror reflecting a truth you aren't ready to face. How would you have reacted if you found out your enemy was secretly connected to your darkest family secrets? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.